Hi, I'm Mark Smith, not a politician or a pundit, just an American looking for honest answers. Okay, hold on just a second. I want you guys to know just how passionate I am about this. I want everybody to be informed so that we can all make better decisions. But as you'll see from the video coming up, we're going to be bombarded with way too much information to keep up with. So moving forward, what I'm going to try to do is keep everybody informed of the things that I think we're missing and are possibly being not covered enough by the standard media. And I'm also going to do this in a way that doesn't put a political leaning in either direction on the information I'm going to provide. It's for you guys to make up your own minds. So, with that being said, thank you again for choosing to watch my video. And here, we'll get on with it. And I look forward to seeing you in the future episodes. I created Truth Be Told to provide clear, fact-based coverage of current events in a world flooded with partisan spin and misinformation. Unbiased and agenda-free information empowering you to build your own informed opinions. This week, we're diving into a whirlwind of events from the new administration. Buckle up because it's been a wild ride. It appears that the administration's strategy is to overwhelm the media and the public with a constant barrage of news. As Steve Bannon said, the goal is to flood the zone so that the media, which he called dumb and lazy, can only focus on one thing at a time. The intention is to get as many things done while the media is distracted. True to that concept, the first few weeks of the presidency have been full of activity with far more than 3 things happening a day. Let's break down some of the events of just this week. We've had policy shifts and executive orders. President Trump signed an executive order banning trans athletes from women's sports. He also signed an order creating a sovereign wealth fund, potentially with the intent of purchasing TikTok. A memo is circulating at West Point banning various diversity-related groups, women's, Black, Hispanics. There was also an executive order pulling the United States out of the UN Human Rights Council. Some controversial proposals. Trump expressed the desire for the United States to take over control of Gaza and to turn it into the Riviera of the Middle East. Later, he walked that back and insisted that no U.S. troops would be used on the ground. He also suggested that Ukraine hand over rare earth minerals in exchange for continued U.S. funding. Trump liked the idea of El Salvador taking not just immigrants, but also American criminals into their prisons for a fee. The administration moved forward with controversial cabinet appointees, like Robert Kennedy Jr. for Health and Human Services Secretary, Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence. Pam Bondi was confirmed as Attorney General and created a weaponization working group to review cases against Trump. The FBI is being investigated for their role in the January 6 cases. There's a controversy surrounding the nominations of Joe Kent to lead the National Counterterrorism Center and Darren Beattie, who has ties to white nationalist groups, in an acting role. Elon Musk's informal Department of Government Efficiency has been pushing for access to agency records throughout the government. He's also encouraged federal workers to resign via deferred resignation program. And Musk has stated that the U.S. government should be put on the blockchain. He's also pushing for a shutdown of U.S. aid, calling it a criminal organization, even though a lot of that money funds U.S. farmers. The president also stated that the agency was run by radical lunatics. Tariffs and Trade. Trump placed a 10% tariff on China, which led to their retaliation. He's delayed the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Other notable events this week. The first migrants in the U.S. without legal status were deported to Guantanamo Bay. CBS was sued for making Harris look better after editing. CBS News chief is considering settling for millions of dollars despite the news division's strong objections. Buyouts were also offered to CIA, the Office of the Director of Intelligence, and National Security Administration. This week has been marked with a series of actions that are both wide-ranging and controversial, from the reorganization of government agencies to drastic changes in foreign policy. It's clear the new administration is moving quickly to implement its agenda. One notable aspect is the influence of Elon Musk, who seems to have been given a great deal of leeway in government operations. He pushes to access agency data and potentially restructure the government, drawing a lot of concern and scrutiny. This week has shown a pattern of rapid-fire policy changes, controversial moves. It remains to be seen how these changes will ultimately affect the country and the world. We'll be keeping a close eye on the developments and breaking it down as they are impacting all of us. We all make better decisions when we separate the fact from the fiction. I'm Mark Smith, and this has been Truth Be Told. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.